Down the volume on that. Hey everybody, Websy here, and welcome to the Late Night Load. We're gonna scroll around and mess around on YouTube and see if we can get flagged through my phone. This is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna see if we can, if this makes a difference or not, to help us out with this stuff. So, that's an interesting thought process. You guys want to check this one out today for conspiracy theories? The Late Night Load is definitely a channel that's what we focus on and do. We do conspiracy theories. So tonight's video, let's go ahead and get that out of the way real quick. Let's pause that. Tonight's video is brought to you by Faxel. The Big Bang was wrong. We live inside a black hole. So let's see what these guys are talking about.
Regardless of how fast you were moving. As you got closer to the black hole center, your feet would begin to move faster than your head, and eventually, you would be stretched out like spaghetti and torn apart. Our universe is so big that it seems like nothing outside of it can exist. And now physicists are starting to think that our universe may exist inside a black hole. This may sound odd, but it could actually be the best explanation of how the universe began 13 billion years ago. It's a theory that has been explored over the past few decades.
All right, thank you once again, Faxel, for getting us these awesome images. We're going to take a pause real quick. We're going to sit and talk. So what we were talking about today, I guess, is living inside of a black hole. That's what we're doing, huh? Nothing we can get away from that. No sugar shaking or anything. But before we do that, let's talk about who we are and what we are and everything about that. I'm WebC from WebC Official, and this is a QR code that'll bring you to our YouTube page, We have a crew that we are putting together to create new shows and different things. We're trying to see and float the waters in some review channel stuff. And as we can see, some things go good, some things can go bad. So we will see what happens. But from here on out, we're going to try and make things as good as possible. If you are already a subscriber and hanging out with us at WebC Official, don't forget to come and hang out with us at Kip Ash Gundam. Pause the channel and scan that QR code right there, and it'll bring you to our Kip Ash Gundam on Facebook, and that is where you can interact with us to learn how to build models and such. All right, you guys, back to that. Let's get back to the video.
Of a blueberry. Most black holes we know of course, are much larger than this, with masses that are billions, tens of billions of times that of the sun, and with volumes that would encompass our entire solar system. What about the observable universe? We know that the universe is expanding, but expanding into what? Nothing. Space itself is expanding. Because of the particular way that the universe expanded right at its birth, we also know that there are parts of the universe that are currently unobservable to us. They are outside of the so-called observable universe. So there are parts of the universe that are so far away that we can't see them. So the observable universe is defined as this sphere that's around you, that's composed of all the stuff that has had a chance to send a light signal that you could receive. But beyond that, we have no idea how big the entire universe is. So the observable universe right now is 93 billion light years in diameter. But the entire universe, we have no clue. It could be infinite, in fact. It could be something smaller. We don't know.
Wow, that's a hefty pack to unpunch right there. Look at that. All that's how big our universe is. 93 billion light years.
If you want to make a black hole out of the entire observable universe, you need to pack it into a sphere that's about a little larger than the current observable universe. Do we live inside an enormous black hole? It turns out that as long as the black hole is large enough, you would be okay. It would still be a one-way trip. Once you cross this event horizon, there's no way for you to go back out. But it's entirely possible that our observable universe right now exists on the interior of an enormous black hole.
Wow.
Black holes are more than astrophysical oddities.
Crazy.
And this event horizon becomes a barrier, a border, this thing that's always in in the distance that you can never reach. No matter how quickly you travel, you'll never be able to get to that thing. We know that black holes eat things and grow. So this horizon, think about what it means to be inside of a black hole. You have this point of space, this region of space that you could never get to, and it's always receding from you, a horizon. But think about what it then means for you right now on Earth. If you look out into space, there is a horizon very, very far out away beyond.
All right, that's insane to think that that's what's going on. Like that's totally crazy, right? To think that could be one of our possibilities. Now that's an intriguing thing. But like, how would we view another black hole? Like, because so we know that within our observable universe, there's more black holes. So now we have little tiny black holes inside of giant black holes. But we assumed previously that black holes, when colliding into other black holes, would just mesh together and become a bigger black hole. So what do you guys think about that? Interesting. Anybody over there in the chat rooms want to chat back? Interesting. Yep, over there. All right. And for some reason, if you join us and you're on Facebook, remember I won't be able to directly talk or quote with you, but we're gonna get through this. All right, you guys. Let's get back to the video. I think we paused it.
Which we cannot see, but we know there's stuff there, but we can never possibly see. And no matter how quickly you travel, you'd never be able to get to it. That's remarkably similar to what you would experience on the inside of a black hole. It turns out that the mathematics of the interior of a black hole is almost identical to the mathematics of the exterior of the black hole. This is actually what is going on. Mathematically, it makes sense as well.
There's that guy.
First predicted the existence of
That's our dude right there, right? That's Einstein. He's
black
one of
holes
the smartest dudes
with
about
his
this
general
subject.
theory of relativity. Over the last 100 years, scientists have repeatedly put Einstein's theory of general relativity to the test, trying to find situations or circumstances. The first ever picture of a black hole was captured in 2019, at the center of the supergiant elliptical galaxy Messier 87, which is in the constellation Virgo. It is 500 billion kilometers away from us, but at the same time, it was promisingly big enough, measuring 100 billion kilometers across, and has 6.5 billion times the mass of our sun. You're looking at a black hole that is essentially the size of our entire solar system.
Wow.
That's
going to eat us. Oh, we got commercials.
Level 3, problems about black holes that were not solved as of yet and are puzzling to us.
Yo, that's a cool image. Hold on, let me
First,
see.
the nature
I can maybe
of
share this image.
What really happens when
I like it when they
the
make
curvature
this
of
little
space
fake
and time
black hole image here.
diverges in the interior of a black hole? Is that a channel, a path to another universe? Is there an object there where matter collects?
I don't know.
According to Einstein's gravity, it collects at a singularity.
Why does it
And
do
so
that?
a paradox arises. In order to discover the world, we need to push boundaries. And the best places to push boundaries is under extreme circumstances, in extreme environments. And the most extreme environments that we know of in the universe are black holes, because they represent places where space and time themselves have a puncture, a behavior that is pathological, that leads to paradoxes within physics. One of the odd features of general relativity is its ability to bend space and time to the point where time and space can exchange places. Formally, this is where the signature of the space-time metric changes in general relativity. The metric is what tells us how space and time act, and what distances mean at any given point. Intense concentrations of matter can warp space and time, so that the metric changes what space and time mean for different observers.
All right. So that goes back to what I was saying is we can observe other black holes within, if we are actually in the black hole, we can see other black holes. And could those possibly be a way out of the black hole we're in, or would they be a way in even deeper into another microcosmic universe, because that's basically what he's describing, is that inside of a black hole is a microcosmic universe. That would be pretty cool.
The black hole Big Bang theory suggests that, at least for certain forms of singularities, once matter reaches it, it enters a new universe where time at the singularity is the initial point of that universe. This theory is based on the fact that the universe appears to be expanding. If the universe is expanding, then at some point in the past it must have been much smaller. In fact, it may have been so small that it could have fit inside a black hole. Many physicists say this is the biggest question in physics, because the universe tends to disorder. That's the way it works. Everything gets more and more disordered. But so the Big Bang was a uniquely highly ordered, bizarrely, very strangely highly ordered thing. This is why the universe could have gone in many directions. You often hear the Big Bang is a quantum fluctuation. It just fluctuated and it came into existence in this highly ordered state. It's been getting more disordered ever since. But disorder, the measure of disorder is a measure of the probability that you'll spontaneously create it. So if you're very ordered, it's very unlikely you'll create it. If you're less ordered, it gets more and more and more likely you'll do it. And that's why things get more disordered. So the universe today is less ordered than it was then. So it's far more likely that...
So yeah, that's the same thing with, we can see that on the smaller scale too when we look at genetics of off-breeding species and stuff. We see that the more that a species breeds, the more chaotic the species becomes and looks. Humanity, ants, bees, each one of those species has examples where, like, we got bees that are like that big and then bees that are like that big. So I mean, you can think like on that subject, or with humans, you got humans with curly hair like mine, and you got humans with straight wiry hair, you got humans with super curly hair. So I mean, the differentiations, the chaos that creates cohesiveness along with that's a pretty good
fluctuate into existence now, they would fluctuate into existence then, because it's less ordered now, so it's more likely. So that means that the whole universe, with us in it, having this conversation, and everything we can see, it's more likely that would fluctuate into existence than it is that the Big Bang fluctuated into existence.
Right. So that ball they keep showing that we know to be like our representation of the universe. So just recently, that ball actually grew in size because we have a new telescope that we've been using called the James Webb Space Telescope. And that telescope is actually, it makes it so we can see 7 billion years further into space and time than we could before. So now we can see like a whole layer all the way around the universe further with the James Webb Space Telescope. Doesn't make the universe older because we haven't actually pinpointed that argument yet, but there is an argument somewhere in there that says that the JWST, the Hubble, and then if we took another telescope like from the past that allowed us to only see so far, we could say that the universe aged, but not because we created a better telescope. We only realized that the universe's age is older because of the telescope. It was like the telescope didn't make the universe just like suddenly grow old. It's just like it showed us that, hey, there's a lot more out there than what you can see. Kind of like humans, we can only see so far before like the horizon cuts our vision of sight. Same thing.
And it's clear the truth because it was very highly ordered then and it's less ordered now. So you're faced with this massive problem that if you want to say it's a quantum fluctuation, it's overwhelmingly more likely, and I mean ridiculously, billions and billions and trillions of times more likely. If this theory is true, then it means that our universe started out as a tiny speck of matter inside a black hole. Over time, the black hole has evaporated due to Hawking radiation, and our universe has expanded to its current size. This theory explains many mysteries about our universe, such as why it is filled with so much dark energy. It also provides a possible explanation for how our universe came into existence. The idea that our universe may be inside of a black hole is an interesting one, and it's one that scientists are still exploring. While we don't know for sure if this is the case, it's definitely something worth considering. If our universe is indeed inside of a black hole, it would explain a lot about the way things work and how we experience life. It would also mean that there's much more to explore.
Take a spot. We're almost done with the video. We only got like 13 seconds left on the video. So let's just take one more stop here to just think about what they just said again. That the physics and everything and the gravity of what they're talking about, they're saying that if they use and they punch in this equation, that it would make more sense with this equation than without it. By saying that we live in the black hole, that it would be a dead black hole or a expired black hole, right? Because they said that its energy had dissipated and it's no longer sucking things in; it's expanding now. So,
which is always exciting.
All right. Well, there we go. That was definitely interesting. Black holes. Do we live inside them? I don't know. It's up for debate. The math seems to be on point, but we'll have to look further into it. I'd love some feedback from you guys. Love to hear from you. I'm going to keep this show a short show. We're only at less than 20 minutes for the show. So you guys have a great night, and we will talk later.